Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Love. For this one, it's going to be a sort of retro game. I'm not sure what classifies as retro nowadays. This game is known as F.E.A.R. First Encounter Assault Recon. I'm not doing the third one, quite frankly, because the third one was made by a different company and it's not really F.E.A.R. anymore. Anyways, this is the first installment in the F.E.A.R. trilogy, as you might have guessed. And it was made by Monolith and Vivendi Studios, I believe. Now, this game I actually kind of grew up with. It was pretty much my first Xbox 360 game, as I recall. Yeah, it pretty much was my first Xbox 360 game, apart from Saints Row. And that's when I was about 14. Yeah, I was about 14, so that means this game came out about 4 years ago. I got this game pretty much a month after it came out, so yeah, this game is about 4 years old. Anyways, this game is fairly new, old. How would you describe it? Is it retro? Is it not retro? I don't know. Personally, this was my first Xbox 360 game, and because of it had a lasting impression on me. I actually really like the game, and here I will show you why I like the game so much. First off, let's head to the options menu. You have various display settings. They did add a patch where you can change to different resolutions, and the asterisk will tell you if the game is not optimized for this resolution, because back then 1920 by 1080 was not very common. It was not common at all. VSync is on because this game does tend to do a lot of screen tearing. Especially for my system, it does a ton of screen tearing. Alright. Sound is pretty typical. You can enable your hardware stuff here if you had a Creative Labs sound card, which I do not. I have a regular 7.1 sound card. Performance-wise, you have a couple different options here. You have some custom stuff, advanced computer options, which is some physics stuff, some sound, and some other effects. As for graphics, you have some other stuff. You have effects, and you also have this stuff. Pixel doubling, render the screen at half resolution? Pfft, nope. DirectX 8 shaders? Nope. DirectX 8? No, never. DirectX 8 is extremely old, actually. It's possibly ancient. Every single game nowadays uses DirectX 9C now. DirectX 9 isn't even a thing now. It's pretty much 9C, 10, and 11 now. You could also benchmark it by going into test settings, and it'll pretty much run a sample level. It's pretty much a benchmark. And it'll tell you exactly how many frames per second you're running the game at. Controls, you have fully rebindable keys on pretty much every respect. Every single respect. And this was back in the day where your left mouse button was called mouse button 0. Oh, those were the good old days. Inventory, it's pretty basic. You do have 3 weapon slots, which is kind of awkward for other games, because other games have 2 weapon slots, whereas this game and F.E.A.R. 2, I believe, also has 3 weapon slots, but I believe F.E.A.R. 3 decided to take the third one out and stick with the good old mainstream 2 weapon slot. I don't know, for me, 3 weapon slots is pretty good. I like 3 weapon slots. It lets me carry things for pretty much all situations. If I happen to be outside in a courtyard, which will happen a lot, I could take out a sniper and snipe people. If I'm in corridors, which will also happen a lot because this game is a sort of corridor shooter, then I could take out an SMG or my personal favorite, the combat shotgun, and just blow them away. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and load a game, and I really wish that they would just let you pick a campaign level. Yeah, I really wish they could, but sadly you cannot. And this was actually last year. I played this game last year. Wow. I haven't played this game since. Alright. It looks like my latest save was the checkpoint, so let's go ahead and load that up. This is an Interval 7, which is about a little past halfway through the game. There are 13 intervals, I believe. Either 13 or 12. I don't remember how many exactly there are. But I'm a little past halfway in the game. So you pretty much have everything you need to know already. So I'm going to go ahead and restart Bandcamp because... Alright, and there we go. That was just in case Bandcamp decided to do this little thing. So there is a medkit system. There is no regenerating health. No regenerating health. No way. In fact, on different difficulty levels, you do... Oh, I guess it's a lie, really. You do have regenerating health, but it's to a certain degree. Oh, I love this gun. I'm never letting this gun go. And this gun, I also like it really much. And this gun, this is my personal favorite. And you'll soon see why. I actually don't remember any of the controls. Okay. That's the button I will be using very much. That is the slow-mo mechanic, and you have feet. Just had to point that out. You do have feet. Feet in first-person shooters is not very common. It is not. Most of the time, you're just a floating pair of hands and a floating gun. But in this game, you know, for a game that's 4 years old, you still have a full shadow. You have feet. And I believe... Oh, you also have lean. An extreme amount of lean, actually. You have an extreme amount of lean, so you can quickly take cover and peek around corners if you so desire. 3 weapon slots, like I said. You have medkits, portable medkits, that are mapped to your Z key. Not sure why I just used one right now, but I was at 75 and I didn't even fill up all the way. So there is that. Anyways, there is a crouch. I'm trying to remember all my bindings, as I don't remember anything. That is your talk button. Oh, yeah. This game, for some reason, I think it actually does it in many other games. That texture looks pretty bad. But this game is 4 years old, so I'm going to forgive that. Well, actually, even for a 4-year-old game, I'm not going to forgive that because that's just horrible looking. So let's see. The game, graphically, it's pretty good. It's running at, for some reason, it's running at 20 frames per second. I don't know why. I think that's because I'm recording right now. But even then, that's pretty low. I don't know why. My computer's pretty beastly, so there's no reason for that, really. If I look at the floor, if I stare at the floor, it'll pop back up to 30. As soon as I look at a quite big area, it'll drop down to 20. Oh well, nothing we can't handle. So anyways, I definitely hope I'm not backtracking. If I'm backtracking right now, this will be terrible. I don't think I am backtracking, though. Then again, I might... Nope. No, I am not backtracking, as you can see, because there are people trying to kill me there. And this is a terrible idea. Why am I using this? Alright. And there we go. This gun is fairly powerful. It's sort of like a harpoon gun. In fact, I think that's exactly what this is, a harpoon gun. And I am fairly low on health, so I shall run and do that. Yeah, and I'll die. I actually don't remember what difficulty I put this on. I think I put this on hard, which is going to be very problematic. This is on hard? Options. Game. Difficulty. No, it's on moderate. So this is on normal difficulty, and it's pretty hard. Let's see, I'm pretty sure if I run up to them with this shotgun in slow motion, I'm going to just get murdered. I'm going to restart Bandcam just in case. Alright, there we go. You can never keep a good trust level with Bandcam, especially when it comes to static loading screens. Because that's just how Bandcam works. Now, this is slow-mo. Slow-mo, extremely useful. Because this stuff can happen. And it's also very pretty. Slow-mo is very, very pretty. Ow, ow, ow. And there's one coming over there. I saw a shadow. Now, the AI is pretty good because the AI will coordinate with one another and they will actively try to kill. Well, technically all AI will try to kill you, but they will try to do so in a pretty decent manner. And also, when I say in a decent manner, they will react to certain things, like if you have your flashlight on and they happen to see it, they will react to your flashlight. And yeah, reacting to your flashlight was sort of a trademark thing in F.E.A.R. So much that they had to reiterate it in F.E.A.R 3, which I felt had no point in it whatsoever. Because in the F.E.A.R franchise, you're pretty used to already knowing that enemies will react to your flashlight, and since F.E.A.R 3 is fairly new, and reacting to your flashlight is not something that's really uncommon. That's not okay. Let me tell you something. You're going to get shot by my shotgun, my friend. Alright, that takes care of that. Is there anybody back there? Doesn't look like it, but there's a medkit over there. Hello? Nobody? Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and replace this with this, because there's plenty of ammo for this absolutely everywhere. I need to remember what my quick save button is. Quick save is actually very important in this game. Way more important than you would initially think. Because checkpoints are pretty far in between each other. There are not many checkpoints in between each other. So your quick save button can be very useful. Now, let's see. Movement, status. No, that's not that. Finger controls. Now, I would assume that it's somewhere here. Because there is a quick save button. Oh yeah. Quick save, F5, quick load, F9. Those are unmappable. You cannot change those binds. And quite generally for good reason. Alright, just restarting. Alright, just restarted Badcam for that initial moment. Quick save, extremely useful. Remember it. It will save your life. Especially when you just dealt with a pretty difficult firefight. Now, I'm pretty sure there's an armored person up here last time. Going to shoot all of these people down. You're dead. You're dead. Uh-oh. No? And you're dead. You have no idea how satisfying it is just for that to happen. Now, hold on a second. You have an RPL submachine gun. I used to think that the RPL submachine gun was extremely good until I tried using it in multiplayer. Oh yeah, there is a multiplayer in this, except I think the multiplayer is quite dead at the moment. The multiplayer for this game is free. You can download it for free if you can look for it. But the multiplayer as it stands is pretty dead at the moment. Last time I played it, which was last year, it may have changed now. I may take a look at it. But the multiplayer is fairly basic. Okay, I just noticed that. If you take a close look at the shadow, it's sort of like there's some sort of weird toy. Okay, those are going to be pretty troublesome. They're just constantly shooting that. I mean, just look at that. Look at that. That's pretty detailed stuff. And back in the day, this game was regarded very well for its graphical fidelity. I don't have any medkits, so this is pretty much suicide right here. If you wanted to know what going on a suicide mission was, you just found it. Be sure to quick save often, yes. Even the game tells you to quick save often. And there we go. Now, some problems with the game do include some occasional frame drops because of how much graphical fidelity is going on. Now, you pay attention to the shadow and pay attention to the midsection, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, where it's sort of like your character is some sort of toy. I don't know. I don't get how that is. So there is that problem. But it's very minor. And it's just graphical fidelity. And as I recall, Dead Island had very much the same thing. It had very much the same exact problem. And I died. Because I probably got shot in the face by a shotgun. That's always fun. Alright. Other things that I should note. This game does try to be a horror game at times, but as people have said before, it's the main criticism of the F.E.A.R series was that it doesn't know when it wants to be an action shooter and when it wants to be a horror game, because you can easily tell when it's going to be a horror segment because there's no action going on for 5 minutes. And pretty much vice versa. If there's an action scene going on, there's no horror going to be going on because, come on, it wouldn't make sense for there to be any action whatsoever while horror is going on. So, there was that. But there is a horror element to it. Oh, don't doubt that. There is a horror element to it, and it's still sufficiently creepy at times. But is it creepy enough? That's another question that some people may have. That's really more of a question that you would have to find out for yourself, because people have varying degrees of fear. Everybody experiences fear differently. For example, many people I know are not scared by amnesia, and most people would react like, "What? You're not scared by amnesia? You must be the bravest man I ever knew." No. They're probably not fazed by the type of fear amnesia has to offer. Maybe they're more fazed by the type of fear F.E.A.R has to offer. Maybe they're more fazed by the type of fear that, I don't know, Left 4 Dead has to offer, and Left 4 Dead barely has any fear whatsoever in it. Maybe they're more of the type to get scared by Doom 3. You know, there's varying degrees of fear, and not many people realize that, but there is. It's very much there. So I'm going to go ahead and quick save here, because I know for a fact that there are people trying to kill me up there. So that I don't see them. And that worries me, that I don't see them. I wonder if I could sort of ambush them, and Bandcam is lagging out right now. And that did not fix it. You know what? I'm gonna use my shotgun here. Because you know what? Boom! 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 Oh god! Oh! Rod! That's not okay. That is exactly what I was talking about. Remember back there when I said there's probably an armored enemy up there and there wasn't? Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and quick save again, because that thing will tear me apart. Oh yeah, it does not mess around. Even if you fill it with shotgun bullets, it does not mess around. Okay, I'm going to need to switch to a different gun. Maybe my harpoon gun will work at this distance. The harpoon gun tends to be very effective against armored targets, especially if you can aim with the harpoon gun. I am not someone who can aim with weapons of any degree. And it looks like he's still alive. Now, once again, you have to be someone who's able to aim with guns. As I've established before, I am not someone who can aim with guns. And now I still not running out of ammo. I have quite a bit of ammo, actually. Now, on normal difficulty, your health regenerates to a maximum of 25. And then you're on your own. Basically, essentially. Now, as far as I could tell, this gun, when you single click it, it still burst fires. But okay, and this is another problem I still have with the game, which is the amount of dust it produces. I want to know when this armored bastard will just die. That's my main concern, is when the armored bastard will die. That is when he will die, and that is when I will quick save. Because the armored bastard must not be allowed to live. In fact, no enemy must be allowed to live. Unless you're low on health and you have the exit in your sights, then you can allow an enemy to live. But apart from that, no enemy must be allowed to live, regardless of who they are and what ethnicity they are. You exterminate all enemies with extreme prejudice. He dropped his grenade. He's going to blow himself up. Oh, there he is. He managed to avoid his own grenade, looks like. That's pretty smart of him. So yes, enemies are smarter than you would initially think. Did I already pick up the ammo that you dropped? Okay, yes I did. Alright, it does not look like there's anything of use to me in here. It's time to move along. Alright, it looks like I am done with the garage for now. Of course, I could be wrong.
This way.
Oh!
Good to see you in one piece.
Oh my, that scared me. That scared me so much. Yes, even segments that are not really supposed to scare you scare the crap out of you. I did not see that. Even after a year of playing this game, and I've beaten this game many times before, there are still segments that get to me because I don't remember them, and they still kind of do get to me. And that was a perfect example. We are now in Interval 8, Desolation. Now, on route to Arbor History in search of her father. Let's see. Transfer signal has also been detected in the area. Figure out swim when she is in protective custody. Alright. Easy enough.
The UTM coordinates from Wade's laptop are right smack in the middle of the Rammelmeyer industrial compound in Auburn. The place has been shut down for years.
Has it?
Why there?
Well,
that's what I want to know.
Turns out Armacam bought this site from the government back in the 50s. Get this. There used to be some kind of underground military complex in that area. I don't think Armacam was interested in what was on the property. They wanted what was under it. And I'm guessing it has something to do with Oregon.
Okay. And of course, as soon as he says that, the cliche "get hit by a rocket launcher" happens. Alright, we're still very good.
It looks okay, but the pilot's dead and Jen's banged up pretty bad.
What about you?
I'll live, but it'll be a while before I can ice skate again.
Alright. In that case, I want you to stay with Jen and wait for the medevac.
You sure you want to send him alone? These guys ain't fucking around.
We don't have a choice. Vettel could be anywhere, and Alice is out there on her own. By the time backup reaches you, she could be dead.
He has a
still a couple
point.
of clicks away from the Rammelmeyer compound, so you're gonna have to get there on foot.
I've got a lot of enemy movement in that area, so expect trouble. They probably want to make sure there weren't any survivors.
Oh yeah. Eliminate enemy controls. Oh, how I remember this interval so much. This interval. There is a certain section in this interval that I personally really hate. Because it's sort of a mini platforming section.
Groundwater contamination in Auburn is coming from that secret Armacam facility. That's gotta be why they sent somebody to the water treatment plant.
Ah, there's a pistol here.
It'll get traced back to them.
Let's see, I kind of forgot what my melee button was. Was it Alt? No. V? No. No. That just made me drop my gun. Oh yeah, you can go unarmed if you so desire. It's totally possible. I just don't remember what the buying was. In fact, going unarmored in that section I just said is required. You need to go unarmed to even make the platforming section possible. But yes, you can punch someone out if you so desire. Now, let's see. Is there anything in here? No. Now, like I said, I don't remember much of this game, but I do remember this interval very well. Oh, Oh, the vault. Why the vault? Anything but the vault. Why? I didn't do anything wrong. Yet.
Search this area.
Do you really want to? Now, just to please you, I'm pretty sure they're around this corner. Boom! Oh, this is a terrible idea. This is a terrible idea. Why did I agree to do this? Probably because I wanted to act like a badass and punch this armored guy. Yeah, you don't punch out an armored guy. You just don't. It's not likely that you'll succeed. Alright. Now, anyways, I think I'll go ahead and call it a video here. There's not much else I could really say about the game. I kind of apologize that I didn't get a chance to show you any of the horror in the game, but there is plenty of it to be found. In fact, there is some more than you would expect to be found within the first couple of minutes into the game. Quite frankly, in the very first level, there's some horror in it, and you don't even fight a single enemy in that level. Anyways, for this one, I'm going to go ahead and refer to myself as a shotgun because the shotgun is my favorite weapon in the whole game because it makes people splatter. In fact, it's very possible to tear off someone's arm, leg, and head by using the shotgun. It's extremely possible to do so. But in more cases, and often more than not, they will just explode into a red cloud of blood. But that's always satisfying. Extremely unrealistic, but it's still satisfying. Extremely satisfying. Now, the only flaws that I have with this game is the mini platforming section in this interval, and it's really specific to this interval. I don't think that there's any other platforming sections in this game, and I have beaten this game multiple times, as I've said before. And there are some instances of lag spikes for no reasons whatsoever. I guess it's mainly to do with the enemies spawning in and loading in a new area of the interval. And I guess that's about it. The AI is pretty damn good. They coordinate with each other pretty damn well. And they will react to whatever you do pretty well. And when this game was released, that was a pretty big deal for enemies to react to pretty much whatever. Although there were some instances where the AI pretty much had supervision and super hearing. And that may put some people off. But apart from that, it's still a pretty solid game. I really like this game. And it may have something to do with it being my very first Xbox 360 game when I had an Xbox 360. But other than that, it's still a pretty solid game. Anyways, I've been a Shotgun. And I see you in the next installment of Let's Love, Let's Question, and Let's Hate. Goodbye. Have a nice day. I'll see you next time.